Okay. I think we have... Yes, we have stream. Okay, hello and welcome to the third part of the Sunless Sea, Your Father's Bones Let's Play. By me, Hardfactmarine/Matt. So if you missed or you haven't watched the last couple parts or you need a refresher, previously we had set out on a quest to find the location of our father's body, having set off to sea. I was directed to King Eater's castle at the very end of a map, and having gone there, I found a knife, the kind used by the followers of the drowned king. So, went to his hold and asked him if he could help me out, and his response was, "Okay, but I have a massive fetch quest for you." So, we're going to start on that. So I'm going to I think I know the first thing I need to get, and I think to do that, I need to go and solve another big fetch quest. One thing I will say in criticism of Sunless Sea is that a lot of it is based around fetch quests. A lot of it. The Fathomking's hold. Here we are. So, I've just gone and got an audience. So I'll go into my journal and I'll just check ambition. Your father's bones. So I need to find a legend's heart, a miracle of science, a skylight, a willing guest, the death of the oldest of its something that's the oldest of its kind, and find the fruit of a tree that will not die. Okay, so I think we're going to start with the eldest end, because I think I know where to do that. And for that, I think we need to head to the Principles of Coral. So it is actually one of the more difficult islands to find. So I suspect it will be up here. So I'm going to go stock up at Khan's Shadow and then try and work out where to go up here. Although I can never remember exactly where it is. I don't think it will be around here. It could be in this bit, but I think it will be up in this big patch to the north. So yeah, let us move on. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to ask my companion, the shady cook, why did I go to sea? Fur. He looks at you directly. Surrey. He repeats it more slowly. Sea of lilies. He licks his lips very slowly. Eventually I have to look away. What do you want? He might say more, but a coughing fit takes him. Eventually he straightens up and wipes his mouth slowly with his forearm. The shady cook is not the most hygienic of officers, but it'll do till you find someone better. Whoop. Oh hey, it's a pirate poet again. Yeah, I can dance with you. Boom! Boom. Just stay out of her firing arc. Crippled, broken, already feeding the sea's endless hunger. Little remains of a ship, but scraps of sinking cargo and a few buoyant pieces of its splintered carcass. Let's salvage things. Captain, quick! Over there on the port side. Measure, you could just fish her out again, but she said it herself the last time you crossed paths. She'd hate to have to spread the word you've gone soft. Yeah, I've gone soft. A lifeboat? Oh dear, no. Whatever people say. The pirate poet glares up at you if life or hits the water, but she grabs it regardless. Her message is received, and her look makes it quite clear that for this, there will be a reckoning. The half-glimpsed smirk as she turns away, though, suggests that is a challenge she is already looking forward to. Is this how you flirt with people? I don't know. Like, am I flirting with a pirate poet? Is that what I'm doing? I don't know. Fuck. Uh, if any kids end up watching this, by the way, because I have no idea how far they'll go, and I know kids watch streamers. I don't think I'll get to that point, but don't swear, kids. Well, do, but like, be careful about it. To quote the chat, I'm pretty sure all forms of distaste boil down to "You saved my life, how dare you?" on some level. Apologies for any weird breathing or stuff or coughing that pops up in this one. I've got a bit of a cold while I'm recording this. Ironically, I've also been trying to take measures to make it pick up my breathing so much, because that was really bugging me when I was watching some of the previous video, when I was rewatching some of the previous stuff to edit them. But so I've actually tried to take measures to prevent that from happening again, but I'm not sure it matters at the moment because I'm a bit bunged up, and yeah. Yeah, this weapon that I'm using at the moment, the Cadamus Yards deck gun, is pretty much the first big thing I generally buy in any game, just because it is such a boost. You can mount it on any ship, and it's such a boost to being able to do combat, which is especially important in the lower levels. Right, so I'm coming up to Khan's Shadow. A white Zebat. A sailor has grown fretful and disobedient, reluctant to go on deck, even in port. There's a white Zebat watching me up there, Salt's messenger. Salt's got its eye on me. I'll never see home again. Salt, sailor's superstition. Order him up on deck at once. Salt, one of the nameless gods that sailors fear. This sailor is a conscientious man. Send him to the sick bay on pretext of fever. Feed the Zebat. If white Zebats are sacred to Salt, perhaps you will win Salt's favour, if you believe any of this. Shoot the Zebat. If a bloody thing is frightening your bloody crew, then you'll bloody well set it... if a beady thing is frightening your beady crew, you'll beady well settle its hash. I'm gonna feed it. From your fingers. The Zebat takes fungal crackers from your fingertips, as boldly as a parrot. It dips its head to you and chirps something you might mistake for speech. It spreads its wings and leaps into the air. The next day, your crewman is gone, along with one of the ship's boat. No one saw him depart or knows why. You now have the gods of the sea Zolt's attention. You know something about the three gods of the sea. You've lost one crew and you gain 5 fragments. Right then. So this is Khan's Heart. So this is where the remnants of the 4th city that was taken down ended up. It's called the Stolz Deeps. So this is very much the so these are descendants of the Mongol Empire, basically. Um, so London, just to kind of cover backstory, London wasn't the first city to be dragged down, and it wasn't the last. It's the fifth. This is the four remnants of the fourth, and then the third, second, and first are increasingly difficult to find. There are actually survivors even of the first city. Um, in fact, I've been to one fairly recently. The King of 1,000 Hearts and Polythene is generally thought to be a survivor of the first city, which was a long time ago. Anyway, so the Khan's heart doesn't like London. Um, there's kind of a bit of a culture clash. So as a Londoner, I need to get special permission to do things like trade there, which is why I just ignored it. It's actually a really good place to, if you once you manage to get permission to trade, it's actually a really good place to kind of stock up. But I don't have it yet. The Think Not of Vortex. Scuttering and chittering in the corners of a hold, hump shakes on the deck rail, rats the air, encourages vermin. And here we have the island of Postman, Nuncio. Do not return, sender. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniform of postmen. An enormous crown statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadow gleams with rat's eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like the tide. So this entire island is a massive in-joke to two events in the Fallen London fan community. The first is there was a quest called Seeking the Name, or Seeking Mr. Eaton's Name. It is an infamous quest. One, because it wasn't implemented correctly the first time, so it was bugged. And two, there's no real reward for it. It's just you have to enter it with like the most high level characters in the game, so years spent grinding. And then it just spends ages, destroying your stats, your reputation, your money, everything you built up is just ruined by this quest. It's kind of infamous. I'll get back at some point into exactly what it consists of. Although I'm not going to spoil the ending. Partly because I don't know it. I've never actually played the full quest. I'm nowhere near high enough level in Fallen London to do it. But essentially, at one point in the quest, you end up on this incredibly difficult to reach island. And you're basically stuck there, and it's a massive grind. But one of the few things you can do is you can still trade with other players. So basically, people doing this quest, the Seeking of a Name, would have this, other players back them up by sending them the resources they need to help them get through it. So then the running joke became, what kind of postman is crazy enough to to get to that island? And Nuncio was the answer. There's a community of terrifying postmen. The other one is an event called Ratmas, where basically people were sending other people, as Christmas gifts, just hundreds upon hundreds of rats. And so they got mixed together, and now you have a Postman Isle covered in rats. Also, rats in Fallen London are often sapient, and they're fairly good at making guns. So, Go to the postman's tavern. The inky blotter it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. Warmer inside than it looks. Faces turn in your direction, but no one seems surprised to have a new arrival on the island. Lit by 2 roaring fires, one at either end of the room. The bartender is in postman's uniform, like almost all patrons. A noseless postal inspector called Blunt Thomas delivers drinks, clears table, tack for firewood. I'm not going to do top one. Listen in to postman on postal tall tales. Fishermen brag about fish that got away. Postmen brag about hard delivery. Amazing what you get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles lowered down chimneys on a rope. Do not fold under any circumstances letters curled through a narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open, the servants they bribed, the delivery surcharge they paid out of their own salaries, just to get rid of one more packet. It's hard to tell which they hate more, the senders of mail or reciprocants. Stand to reason, if the message was a welcome one, they tell the other fellow in person, reflects the hairless postwoman. You now have 1 times the newcomer nuncio, cultivating friendships with postmen. Ask why the local currency consists of rats. Two strings of rats will apply to ale, 3 strings of rat for wine, 5 for a tolerable brandy under a bar. The hairless postwoman at the end of the bar smiles mirthlessly. Or perhaps it's just the lack of eyebrows that does it. Long enough carrying things around, you get into the habit. Then she tells you that if you stay out long enough, you'll see some postman make a procession to the centre of the island, string up rats around the statues like Yuletide decorations, in prayer to an ancient deity of disgrace. From the coughing and choking elsewhere in the pub, you guess this is a story they often tell to newcomers. Ask about that big statue in the centre of the island. If there was a guidebook for visitors, it would have to be the 1st century. Oh, that, it's all of us, isn't it? Sort of the spirit of the island. Most of them don't seem troubled for more of an explanation than that. Though the hairless postman tells you it didn't always look like a full London postman at all. He used to have a different face and a more old-fashioned outfit. Ask them how they occupied themselves all day. There must be more than this. Dead letter office, big building, centre of town, hard to miss. You can work there too if you want. It's not clear whether this is a generous offer or a threat. I have been invited to serve. Ask to borrow a uniform. If you are to fit in here, you will need one. They're polite, even apologetic about your request. You're welcome here and welcome to take shifts at the dead letter office, but you cannot wear the uniform unless you are supposed to employ back in full in London. Regulations. Blunt Thomas lets you look at his uniform jacket at least. Neat stitching, gilded buttons, a thin but dignified circle braiding at the collar. Inside, a patch that goes over a heart, stitched with 6 red letters. You can't read it, but it makes your eyes itch and your scalp feel like burning. Welp. Yeah, let's leave the warmth of a blotter for now. Let's try a shift at the dead letter office. There's the sign of a cancelled stamp over the door. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office, a small collection room, where those retrieving letters may state their business. A much larger set of back offices where newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted. A dank, briny spell that never goes away, presumably because so many of the parcels spent time with water before they arrived here. In the back room is a machine ratted, by a postal rat, a ratter's father in a pinstriped hat. It shovels sludge-damp letters into the machine's hopper, and they come out dried, clean, pressed, and sorted into slots by size and quality of paper. One has various possible occupations here. None would be described as fast-paced. Why isn't making a machine like this one back in London? Might lead to fewer dead letters in the first place. Oh no, that wouldn't be permitted at all. There are strict rules about the initial handling and sorting of post. An experimental machine that might hang over letters. It's only the dead material that's unimportant enough to be entrusted to a ratter's father. His voice isn't brittle, but He twists the coil so hard it springs sideways out of the machine and pings off your shoe. Ask the postal rat for a key to basements. There are doors and dead letter office you've never seen opened. Surely he can be trusted. He's surprised by the request. Most postmen don't like it down there. No one ever asks for a key, but he'll cut you a new one. Just be careful in there and come out if you start to feel wrong. Open back rooms. The key is warm in your pocket. You'd expected a few shelves of supplies, more files of letters a few years older. No, it is a pit, so dark, deep that lantern light does not show the bottom. A spiral walkway descends along the wall, and that spiral opens wider as it goes, as if you are looking through the narrow end of a very large shell. Lining this wall are shelves and notes, unevenly sized. Some are a few inches square and contain simple rolls of papyrus. Others support crates bigger than coffins. They are made of woody fungus, grown to meet requirements. There are no marks of carpentry or any of the post-rat's handiwork. 3 turns down the spiral and you feel like you can't breathe. Time to leave. You'll come back again later, maybe. Tell the postal rat against your boat finding. Trouble, I'm not surprised. They say it's been there since before we came, since before there was Londonism and Earth. Before there was a dead letter office, there was someone else, and they built the last layer on what was there before, and so on. When you press him a little further, he said, I've been down there, didn't like it much, but I wanted to test my machine. Thought it could handle some of the very old letters. That would be a good sign, you know. Evidence the machine was in good working order. Good, strong sorting categories and so forth. He pauses. There are letters down there that will set your hair on fire if you so much as look at them. See the ball patch on my left leg? That wasn't a machine accident. Oh no, that singed right off as soon as I put my nose into one of them letters. Descend to a basement with flame, properly equipped, candles all away and a flare for bottom. So this is where Foxfire candles come in. So, Miss Plenty, ship tries to positions and a flare. So we'll come back to this once we've gone and restocked back in good old London town. I've just pushed my chair back so far that I'm no longer actually able to reach the screen, so give me a sec. Okay. Right, I'm not going to try the pages. I'm just going to end my shift. I'm done for now. Assemble report. Most of the inhabitants were Londoners once, but that doesn't mean they are now. Go. Uniform behaviour. Cataloguing all the peculiarities of the place takes many pages. The tailor who imports gilt buttons and braid just to be able to keep everyone's uniform condition. The fashion of wearing a post bag with nothing inside. Wearing it open, wearing it upside down, torn apart or as a hat. Wearing it in any way that will show that it doesn't have any letters in it. Then there are the sitting rooms, papered and cancelled stamps. The Bermagot pomegranate curd on toast. The commerce in rat corpses. The hatred of cats. The absolute custom against ever issuing a paper invitation for any event, no matter how formal. It's the familiarity, the not quite Londoners of it all, that makes it so odd. I now report. Excellent. Right then. Let us move right along. That's an enemy ship. I don't feel like fighting you. Go away. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day. I think this might be a shorter stream, if only just because I didn't realise how sore my throat was until I started talking. Okay, so we've gone too far north for the port of Coral, so we're nearly at the outer horizon. I don't particularly want to go there right now, so I'm gonna turn around and kind of come back southwest. All clear. I should probably use my secrets, but I tend not to just because they're very useful late game. So, you know. And yes, before you ask, I am absolutely one of those people who will, I'm absolutely one of those people who will spend it, who will stockpile every single potion they have until the final boss fight, and then not use them. Rocks Reef, whoops. Welcome to the Principles of Coral. The quartz rainbow glow from beneath the waves echoes the fault stars above. So this has a couple of nasty creatures in the archipelago. You might have seen one, an albino eel. There we are, up there, in the top left, top right even. An albino moray. I don't feel like fighting you. I need to remember where the port is. Oh good, there's two of you. What fun. Ah, here we are. Port Cecil. Run away, 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 run away. Port Cecil. Rumpled convolutions of coral fill the water, gleaming with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see shapes amid the chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be a crenellated castle, that one a horse's head. A neat little port huddles into the side of a coral island, prosaic imperial docks and houses tucked away into baroque organic chaos. In that curious silver light, among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has the unreal air of a pencil sketch, crumpled and discarded. Drop off the checkered character. He waits eagerly by the rail. He lifts his head to inhale. I can already smell the chess, he announces. So you haven't guessed, the corals are kind of obsessed with chess. So you can see there's kind of a pawn shape here and no, knight even. Yeah, I got 100 echoes, so that's good. Chess. Chess is popular in Principles. Reported play of exiled drunks and washed-up sea traders. They all play, often obsessively. Be careful, the chess piece is a card from Scintillac. Here in Principles that can be very dangerous. A disciplined success. Odd thoughts bubble up against each other each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. This one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayer of its ranked mate. This will be a queen one day. Those will be better at metal. You taste the metal. You ignore these thoughts and move methodically to a victory over your opponent. He blinks. Checkmate? He asks helplessly. Win enough games and something else will occur. You have succeeded in the pages challenge. Gain +1 pages. Opening moves. Right then. So, let's find a harder opponent. One more game. You don't know how long you've been playing. You won a match. Another. The rough coral tips of your chess pieces are smeared with blood. Yours, your opponent's. But you have begun to realise that your move recapitulate the beginnings of power. Recapitulate the movements of powers of the Nerf, the flukes and their shapelings, the bazaar that lurks in London, Mount Nomad that prowls the sea, salt, stone, storm. With every move, the shape of it becomes clear in your mind, sharper. Checkmate. One more game. Your first officer is tugging at your arm. Ignore them. You have chess to play. Initial gambits. Oh, I've got 2 secrets and new pages. So there's been a big jump in difficulty. I'm now on 41% chance of success. Oh, the Admiral gave you directions to meet your contact. Right, left, down, into the labyrinth of coral outside Port Cecil. Over a silvered vein, past the castellations to the unfinished court. Here is a robbery man, one of the squid-faced bipedal things that infest the sadder hovels of fallen London. It looks ill, or infected. The pearly glow of the coral throbs from a seam along its shoulder. Its arm pulses and its face froze. Oof! It pipes cheerfully. It hands you a page of notes smeared with tangerine hue. Can robbery men write? The hand is elegant and disciplined, time and date precisely recorded. I now have 1 time strategic information to give to the Admiralty. Right then, more chess! A loss. Your opponent shakes your hand. Time to go, she tells you, but don't worry, you'll be back. Her touch lingers. Her fingers are cold. You gained 1 terror. Bah! 1 more game. I've already read this bit. Developments. Gained 3 secrets this time, and another pages. A high-risk challenge. 28% chance of success. Chess! More chess! Gambits answered. Okay, I think this is the last game I need to play. And again. An extra move. Principles and principality. The call is changing. Chess. The chess players watch you carefully. No, no, one tells you. No, no. There's only one left who will play against you. You will need an extra move to find it. An extra move. As you reach the crossroads in Port Cecil, a voice whispers, pawn to bishop 6. A rearing shape the size of a cottage, rather like a miniature bishop indeed, stands 6 yards to your right. A crevice in its coral side might be a cave mouth. A stronger silver. You squeeze through the crevice into a narrow space like a stair. Irregular steps lead down. The silver light is strong here, and it grows stronger with each step downwards. Silvery light fills a sea cave, dripping from the walls. It condenses to pools of whiter fluid on the uneven floor. Sea sound fills the cave, strong and slow, like the long beating of a heart. On a square slab of coral, someone has set up a game of chess. The pieces are different from the ones used in London. You see the spiraling bishops, the corner rooks, the kin, and the terrible cream. As you touch each one, a deep voice whispers its name. Move a paw, the cat's paw perhaps, or the skin paw. Here's a safe move. Move a knight. The knights are fanged like lions. A touch will wound you. This is an aggressive move. I'm going to play a safe move. The cavern breathes around you. That felt charming. Thank you, The game smooths the pangs of desolation in. But I so want to be less. I am tired of thought. Will you help me? Sleep will not enough. I desire no dreams. Will you help? Offer assistance with dissolution. In the flow of the air throughout the cavern, you hear the voice of the principals languishedly feeding. I offer an assistant. It flutes. And scintillax. You enjoy scintillax, aren't you? An assistant. A rubbery man rises from a cyst in the floor. An incandescent circuit crosses its face. Even this flood of silvery light, it pulses like a fevered moon. It shuffles closer. Schult films, it wheezes. Unprecedented. A robbery capable of human speech, in however debased and pitiful a mode. My embassy, the cave whispers. Treat it gently. The whisper follows you back up to the steps. Take it to the salt lions. You now have one nastiest outcast, a minor piece. So, to explain what just happened, the coral reef itself is sapient, obsessed with chess, and would really like to die. To help you do this, it has given you a rubbery man companion who has asked you to take it to the salt lions. As you do. And if I'm right, that will be my one for the Ancient's End. Um, in the Father's Bone scavenger hunt. Um, which makes sense, you know. It's an ancient being of coal that wants to die. So we're gonna um, head down to the Salt Lions, which are two giant stone sphinxes. Let us sail away. Ah, we hear the voices that will not be drowned. This is a sea of voices. We are close to Polypheme, when nothing is truly dead. So, I think we're gonna go to the Salt Lions, then pop back to Fallen London, and then, to be honest, I might call it for this stream because I've I've just got a very sore throat, and I didn't actually realise that until I started talking a lot. Because I've kind of oh, it's the pirate poet again. Boom. I have a lot I want to say about this game, but I also want to keep it for a thematically appropriate time. Um, Also, I want to save my voice because I'm going to do another one of my Overwatch streams tomorrow. Um, Mainly to celebrate the fact that I have just gotten into gold rank in competitive, which is nice. I've never actually done that before, and I've been playing for a while. I'm going to rescue a pirate poet. So, by Furiosa, this is for you. Once again, the familiar dance. Words are no longer needed. The pirate poet bounds her head, acknowledges your victory. Next time, though, a slight smiling adds, do not expect her to go so easy on you. So I got 500 echoes and some fuel and some supplies, which is very nice. And also I got parabola linen. Where am I going? This way. All clear. So we are going to keep sailing along this way till we get to the Salt Lions, and then back up to Fallen London. So the main thing the lighthouses do, like Moody's light here, is decrease your terror. So terror doesn't increase as much because you've got a nice lighthouse letting you know where you are. And I just ran into the lighthouse. That was a dumb move, Matt. Well done. Chugga chugga chugga. Oh look, it's another pirate ship. Restless nights. In the watches of the night, you pad softly past the hatch of the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep, desperately. Another. Ignored him. The captain can't seem to be taking these things seriously. Lost one terror. As the crew goes. Okay, the captain's at least not bothered. On the surface, the sun chills warm the earth, or so one assumes. Boop. Two basalt beasts, cathedral-sized, they frown eternally at each other across the black waters. The Northwards carries an encampment, creeping humorous figures eat away at its features like rot, picking. There's the supply docks below. Salt villains, you brought the Narcissus outcast here. With luck, it knows why. The face of the North Sphinx is all but gone, but the Narcissus outcast scrambles doggedly up. It pauses at the top, then flips into the air. An arc as precise as a compass line, down into the darkness as the sea. It's gone with barely a splash. You wait. There's no reason for alarm. It can probably breathe underwater. You wait longer. There is a certain degree of decorous alarm. Longer still, and the alarm manifests in the form of sailors clustering casually by the rail. Only casually, but because no one would admit a concern for the fate of Rubbery Man. The Rubbery Man surfaces, it mount the steps to the quay, where the ceremony sees the light of a vicar mounting the steps to a pulpit. It holds a sphinx-stone chess piece aloft in his hand. Principles, it wheezes. So we got our first part in finding a way to kill off the principles. The other thing that I've had recently is that I've discovered a version of the game, Populous for Beginning, that works on a Windows 10 computer. So I might do a bit of that, because boy, that's a nostalgic game for me. I don't know if it is for anyone else, but... So yeah, sorry this is a short one, but like I said, I did not realise how sore my throat was when I started this thing. It's quite interesting. It's quite weird going from a game like this, which is very slow paced and has a lot of empty space, which is very atmospheric and I really like it. But then you go from this to Overwatch, which is very fast paced and very jumpy, and it's just like, what the hell? Anyway. The Revenue Men. Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service work closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Today I've selected you for an inspection. Don't cheat them. Let them do their worst. You have nothing to hide. They will also reduce your suspicion if your suspicion is 5 or more. Yeah, I don't have anything scary, so I'm going to dump it here. Collect messages for the Harbour Master. All the classroom song on the dockside is smooth as salt. Are there messages for you? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to call it there. Right, so I think that's about 45 minutes of streaming. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will next time, hopefully next week, I will be in a better throat position and I can do a bit more of this fetch quest. Right, thank you and goodbye.